still like, things are discombobulated, we don't know exactly what we're doing. Everything's a little out of order this morning, and that's okay. Some of it is deliberate. It's Easter morning. It's supposed to be different. It's supposed to be surprising. And so if we can be reminded of that in little ways, I'm okay with that. I'm very okay with it. There's a couple announcements I want to make, and then I'll have a few remarks, and then we'll do the benediction, okay? A couple announcements. First, I want to say a whole lot of thank yous. Too many to list today, but for everybody who has contributed with the banners, with the decorations, with the preparations, for everybody who has helped in any and every way, thank you. Thank you. I can't say that enough. I will say Laura has put in well more than full time this week. Please give her a hug and say thank you. All right. Other announcements, the mother-daughter banquet is quickly upon us. There's a work day. This is the first time it's being announced, and so I'm a little scared, but a week from today, there is a work day and a lunch. So we're having a potluck. Everybody bring a dish, and then we're going to stay and do some minor repairs and make sure we're fixing the church up to look nice, doing some spring cleaning. I want to invite everybody to participate with that can. We have some painting jobs, minor things to do. Here's the thing, if we don't do them, I have to pay somebody else to do them. So maybe that's a little bit of a motivator right there. That's a little needle. All right. And then the last announcement is to remind you of our walk through the Bible. So through this year, we've been reading through the Bible together. Just last week, I had a few people sign on to join us mid-year. That is completely okay. And so there are a few people who have picked up the one-year Bible. I have these if you want them. If you don't want them, I have the reading plans, and you can use your own Bible. But we have another group that is formed. So there's a group on Wednesdays at 2 that are meeting to discuss what we've read for the week. And then there is a group that meets Wednesdays at 6:30 as well. Those are the announcements. Now let's get to my remarks. Okay? A few years ago, it was soon after I started here, I did this. I brought out a jar of rocks. Do you guys remember my rocks? And I started listing all the different ways that the scriptures have used rocks or stone in the Bible. And I want you to know that they are used in different ways. There's not a solid, steady, how would I word this? There's not hey, here is the symbolism of stone in the scriptures. Instead, we see stones used in good ways and bad ways throughout the scriptures. And so from the start, we see stone used possibly to take life. We don't know exactly how Cain killed Abel, but most artists render it with a stone. And then again, we see it coming up throughout the Old Testament. People worshiping idols made of stone. Capital punishment enforced through stoning others, throwing rocks at them until they die. We see stone being used to fashion altars to worship God. In the wilderness, Moses struck the stone and water was given. Later, Moses is instructed to speak to the stone and disregards the command, doing what he had done before, and strikes it once more. And for that, he wanders and is unable to enter into the promised land. The commandments are given on tablets of stone. When Moses sees the people sinning, he smashes them, and new tablets are formed. Goliath, slain with a stone from a sling. Ezekiel warns the people that they have hearts of stone, and prays for them to have hearts of flesh. When Jesus is tempted by the devil taunts him, if you really are the Son of God, turn this stone into bread. After his first sermon in his hometown, the people pick up stones to stone him. Jesus used stones as illustrations in his sermons. Teaches about the wise and foolish builders, how the wise builder built his house on stone and the foolish builder built his house on the sand. When the storm came, the one who built his house on the sand, that house fell. But the one who built his home on the stone of Christ's word was saved. Jesus says that it would be better for us to have a giant millstone tied to our necks and for us to be thrown into the sea than for us to cause one little one to sin. He says in Matthew chapter 7, which of you, if his son asks for bread, will give him a stone? Or if he asks for a fish, will give him a snake? If you then, though you are evil, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father give good gifts to those who ask him? When an adulterous woman was caught, they bring her forth, not the man with her, but her, publicly shaming her. Jesus stoops down and writes in the sand or the dirt, let whoever of you is without sin throw the first stone. Whenever I read this text, I ask myself a question. When they left, did they drop the stones that they were holding there in their hands? Did they drop them there? Did they take them home with them to throw at another time? The text doesn't say, but I wonder how many stones we're holding on to cast at another. When Jesus' friend Lazarus died, he told the people to roll the stone away. They said, Lord, he's been in there for 4 days, and surely he stinketh. That's the King James Version. It's in the Bible. Jesus quotes the Psalm saying that the stone the builders rejected has become the capstone. Everyone who falls on that stone will be broken to pieces, but the one on whom it falls will be crushed. Jesus describes Peter no longer as Simon or pebble, but now Petros or stone rock. When entering into Jerusalem, the religious leaders told Jesus to quiet the people, and he said if they remained silent, the very stones would cry out. In Revelation, to those who overcome, each one is given a white stone with a name written upon it that nobody knows but them and Christ. But today our story is about a stone that women found rolled away, a stone meant to keep the dead dead. The imagery cracks me up. The women are perplexed, disturbed, upset. They're all looking in the tomb, and if you look in the Greek, it doesn't just say suddenly. It's like they're looking in, and look! There's two guys in shimmering clothes standing over them, almost as if the angels were peering in over their shoulders saying, what you looking at? Like boom, they're there. The men ask, why are you looking for the living among the dead? He's not there. He is risen. Stones are used for a lot of things in the scriptures, both good and bad. In the back, on that back sill right over there, there's a jar, or a bowl, full of stones. I'd encourage each one of you to take one with you as you leave. What are you going to do with that stone this week? Are you going to use it to throw at another in judgment or condemnation? Are you going to let those rocks sing the praise that you should be singing? Are you going to use them to murder? Or let your heart be hardened into their likeness? Are you going to condemn others or yourself under the weight of law? Are you going to build your life wisely upon the word? Are you going to reject the capstone or fall upon it? Are you going to cause others to sin? Or maybe, just maybe, today, a stone can remind you of our risen Lord, of his incredible forgiveness and his promise of life. Maybe you can even use it to tell another of this great news. Back there this morning is a pile of stones, and I encourage you to take one with you. Then sometime in the coming week, whether by conversation or letter, I invite you to give that stone away to a friend, to a stranger, to explain to them that you are giving it to them as a reminder that the tomb is empty. That today, the dead rise to life. And that life has been born in me and in you. No stone is big enough to contain God's love.